Okay, I'm inside my cave. Are you inside your cave? Shalom, Chaverim. Hi, friends. Welcome to my cave. Did you build a fort? All right, so we are Jews living in the time of the Romans. A long, long time ago lived a man named Rabbi Akiva. But Rabbi Akiva wasn't always a rabbi. In fact, for a long time, he didn't even know how to read and write Hebrew. But he taught himself because he wanted to study Torah. And he thought it was important to pass that Torah studying on for generations. At one point, when Rabbi Akiva was teaching all of his students the Torah, the Romans started coming after them. They didn't want the Jews studying Torah. And one of Rabbi Akiva's students, Shimon Bar Yochai, he ran away. He built a cave just like the one I'm hiding in, although it was probably out of stone, not out of a table and blankets. And he hid in that cave and decided he was going to study Torah. And he was going to hide from the Romans if he had to in order to do it. If it were this week, back in the time of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he would have been studying the Parsha Bahar. Bahar means on the mountain, on the mount. And they were talking about Har Sinai. Bahar Sinai on Mount Sinai. This portion teaches us actually all about how to take care of our land, how we're supposed to work and work and work on our land to grow fruits and vegetables and care for it and see the fruits of our labor, the trees and the foods grow out of our land. But after working our land very, very hard for 6 years, do you know what we're supposed to do on this 7th year? We're supposed to rest. Does that sound familiar to you? When else does the 7th, the number 7, tell us it's time to rest? You're right, on Shabbat. Shabbat is the 7th day of the week, and we are commanded to rest on the 7th day on Shabbat. The same way, our land and our farmers and our hands need to rest every 7 years. That is the year called Shemitah. Shemitah is the year that we don't toil on our lands, that we don't work hard to grow the fruits and toil the soil and harvest the food. That is the year that we rest and that our land gets to rest. And on that year, we don't collect the food and sell it or use it. We allow that fruit, those vegetables to just fall off of their trees, off of the vines, all by themselves. And they are for the taking for anyone who needs them. Our neighbors, the animals, our family. And that is how we regenerate our land and ourselves during that 7th year. Now, if we were really hiding in a cave with Shimon Bar Yochai, and it was the time of the Romans, we wouldn't just be studying Torah as if nothing else was wrong. We would be studying it very quietly and carefully, because if we heard the Romans coming, we would have to pretend we weren't studying Torah at all so that we wouldn't get in trouble. So what Shimon Bar Yochai and his son and others hiding in caves had to do so that they could trick the Romans and make the Romans think they weren't studying Torah is they had to have games handy. And if they heard the Romans coming, they would start to play their games and hide the Torah and pretend that they weren't studying. So we are going to create one of those games ourselves right now. Do you know what one of the most well-known games were that they used to distract the Romans? It's bows and arrows. Do you have a bow and arrow kit? Or have you ever tried to make one yourself? I actually have a plastic one with like those suction arrows, but I wanted to try and make one out of household items to see if that would work. So here we go. You are going to need a plastic hanger. Now, you might find one like this, right? It's hard to see the whole thing. Those work, but the one that works even better is if you have that same kind of plastic hanger but it has this bar here. So go ahead and see if you can grab that. And while you're at it, you want to get a rubber band, the fatter the better, some kind of sticks, either from your yard, a bamboo stick. I found a wooden chopstick that I'm going to use. And if you want to get anything for decorating your bow and arrow, and then meet me back in my cave. All right, have you got your materials? Now, if you brought stuff for decorating, you might want to like wrap fun tape around the bottom, like that colorful washi tape. You might want to put like stripes or beads up here. You might want to have pom-poms that you could, where did my stick go? That you could glue at the end of your stick so it becomes like a soft arrow. You might need hot glue. In that case, wait till you're out of your cave and you ask a parent for help. If you have a stick from your yard, it might stick on by itself. This one actually looks like it might be sticking onto my chopstick. Okay, now, oh, one other thing. I found another paper towel roll. Can you see that? That we didn't use for the other art activity. And Livia helped me fold up the bottom and tape it. So this became my carrier for my arrows. You can even poke holes, put a ribbon or string around it, and carry it on your back. Okay, so that's my carrier. You could decorate this too, of course. You can make this as creative as you want it to be. All right, so you're gonna take your hanger, take your rubber band, and you see these little hooks? You're gonna hook one side of the rubber band there and one side of it over here. And that becomes your bow. Then you're gonna take your stick, you're gonna put it, you're gonna turn your hanger sideways. You're gonna rest that stick here, pull it back with the rubber band. Let's see if it works. Are you ready? It did! It flew so far, I'm gonna have to go out of my cave to get it. Now, I will tell you, it took me a while to get that to work. I had to try that many times. So don't get frustrated. Just keep trying until it works. You wanna pull back the stick with one arrow and then let it go and let go of the stick so it shoots it forward. And make sure wherever you're shooting these bows and arrows are safe, right? So that you're not hitting other people, you're not breaking any of mom and dad's stuff in the house. Okay, so if we were studying all about Parsha Bahar, about the Mount Sinai and the God commanding us to work our land and then take our year of Shemitah, and a Roman came through. I hear the Romans. I hear footsteps. Do you hear footsteps? Oh no, it's okay. I'm not studying Torah. I'm gonna hide that Torah. La-di-da-da. I'm just playing with my bow and arrow. And they'll never know I was studying Torah. After the Romans left, I found 2 more Jews that needed to come into my cave to hide and study with me, right?
Yeah.
Were you guys also distracting the Romans? Were you playing with games?
Yes.
Yeah?
With their bow and arrow.
They were playing with their bow and arrow. Okay, so now they came into my cave. It's a little tight, but we're going to go back to studying our Torah. Do you know why we're doing this activity today? What is today? Do you have a guess? I wonder if me or Olivia have guesses.
Lag Baomer.
Lag Baomer, it is. And Lag means 33. It's the 33rd day of the Omer. Like we've been counting all the days of the Omer, right?
Since Pesach ended.
Is right?
Yeah.
Well, since the first Seder ended, right?
Oh, yeah.
By the second Seder of Pesach, and it goes all the way until which holiday? Do you remember?
Shavuot.
Shavuot. We count the Omer all the way until Shavuot. But Lag BaOmer is actually marking the day that kind of celebrates that we don't have to hide in caves anymore and study.
You can get out and actually study.
Thank goodness, because my neck would really hurt if I had to always study inside of this cave.
Yeah, and my head would hurt because I keep bumping it.
Ow! Some Jews, all throughout the counting of the Omer, they won't give their children haircuts. They won't get haircuts. But on Lag BaOmer, sometimes they have big bonfire and they do haircuts and they do archery and they do all these celebration things.
But now we can't go to the barber shop to get a haircut.
We can't. So maybe today I will let one of my daughters trim my hair because I really need it cut. What do you think? Have you guys gotten your hair cut at home at all?
With your moms or dads or older siblings?
Yeah, maybe someone helped. Don't cut your hair by yourself. Make sure you've checked with a grown-up and that they help you. But you're right, we can't even do like a big bonfire with our neighbors or other friends, but
we could do a bonfire with just us 5.
We could do our own and celebrate tonight with our new bows and arrows. So we hope you have a wonderful Lag Baomer. I'll let you know if I got my hair cut. You let me know. I'd love to see how your bows and arrows came out, and keep enjoying studying Torah since we don't have to hide from the Romans. Okay, until next time, Lehitraot, Chaverim. See you soon, friends.